G'day. Welcome to Jump Bunny's inaugural Un-Australian of the Year award. Now, this individual has achieved far and beyond most other Un-Australians by undermining Australian society and Australian taxpayers the most. So there's a list of quite an extensive list of achievements I'd have to go through before the drum roll and the announcement. The first one is to facilitate high-class travel to New York and other places, destinations around the world, including climate conferences in Brazil. Notable winners in this subcategory, Sarah Henderson and Annika Wells, and they don't have to give the money back, right? Bloody well done. For racking up a $35 billion year-on-year deficit and running our total debt up to $1.2 trillion. What a magnificent figure. Bloody well done. That's an amazing achievement. For spending more on disability services than actually the Defence Forces. That's got to be a gold star, or at least an elephant stamp for that one. We spent more money on the NDIS than we gave to the Australian Defence Force. That is a super champion effort. For hiding the fact that the Voice referendum wasn't on the agenda and then springing it on the public at a cost of anywhere between $250 million and $500 million. The referendum we had to have. The Voice. Well done. For enabling the CFEMU to scoop up another $15 billion in various state governments, notably Victoria's big build, that's got to be an outstanding achievement. For, once again, NDIS pops its head up for facilitating mass fraud on the Australian taxpayer as part of NDIS, where there seems to be, in certain parts of Sydney at least, an NDIS provider on every corner, more than the pubs, and a lot of them are just shop fronts. Outstanding. And this is probably, the one that broke the camel's back here in terms of who's going to win this award. Immigration. For running a $500,000 per annum net immigration program, and basically turning the Australian tertiary education sector into something that resembles, Bangladesh or something like that. That's got to be outstandingly undermining the Australian way of life. Absolutely, that's what it's about. There's the kookaburras going off. The kookaburras don't give a shit because they're not taxpayers. Next one. This rates for putting the price of energy up 25% year on year, following the Paris Accord to the letter, while a whole year of Australia's pollution is equal to a week's of China. And China's not a signatory to the Paris Accord, they don't care. But we do. We deeply care about the net zero, push towards net zero. And also as part of that, for not looking at the rules properly and allowing people who have novated leases on electric vehicles up to $91,000 to get that car fringe benefits tax free. Yes, outstanding achievement, outstanding achievement. Achievement number 9, to implode the Liberal National Party, to put through 500 pages of hate speech and gun law legislation that actually wasn't scrutinised, was scrutinised for 5 hours, and then stamp, passed through the lower and upper house. Less freedom of speech, fantastic. Another outstanding achievement. Now, the last achievement is, the one that did it for me. that the young feral of the year, Grace Tame, incited violence and hate and will not be denounced by this individual. So, you know, it's basically Palestine in Sydney now. They can camp out at the town hall and not follow police or court instructions and do what they bloody want and say anything they want and they get away with it. Outstanding. So obviously, drum roll, the winner of the Unaustralian of 2026 award is none other than the Honourable Anthony Albislezi. Well done, mate, well done. And a secondary award almost went to the Treasurer, Dr. Jim Chalmers, who did his PhD thesis on Paul Keating. You know, well done to you too for racking up $1.2 trillion worth of debt, you greasy scumbags. I hope you get voted out and we never see you again. I'll leave you with that thought. Hope you enjoyed the award. See you on the next one.